Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Not All Robots by Mark Russell, Mike Data Jr., and Lee Loftright from AWA Upshot, issue number one. Yesterday I did Astrobots, and I thought, you know what? I got another robot related comic here, which is totally different than, well, Astrobots. And I wasn't sure if this comic is, how do you say, suitable? Probably is not the right word for my channel. Why? Because if I look at the data, I started to figure out what people want. You know, what gives me a lot of views, right? On the other hand, I also want to, highlight comics that is other than Marvel and DC, right? Because the comics that I've shown here, this is not an action comic. This goes way beyond. Well, it's different, right? And I want to show people that hey, there is a publisher here that I, sorry, that I like, and I want to highlight those comics. And it's up to you if you will like it or not. But yeah, let's dive in and see if this works or not. And if not, just don't worry. I got plenty of superhero comics lying here around that I'm gonna, review anyway. So I try to be diverse as possible when it comes to my comic taste and selection. Um, so we are here. I don't know, it's probably somewhere in the future. And well, we see this bubble here where people live in, and also some slums outside. And we have a robot society along with humans. And there is also some talking show here. It's called Talking Bot. And it's humans versus robots. Human obsolescence. Obsolescence? Is that a good thing? So this guy is called, I forget. Well, we come back to that soon. He says, of course it is Crosslot. Everybody knows that humans are emotional and erratic, and frankly, lazy. That's why the ruling council has assigned a robot to every human household. They simply couldn't support themselves otherwise. I heard that some humans sleep for up to 8 hours a day. It's true. It's no wonder that robots has all the jobs. I mean, except for the hairdressers. So I know Mike Data Jr. has a thing for certain, I don't know, Hollywood stars and then putting them in comics. I'm not sure who this woman is. Is it actually a real person? I don't know. But I think it is. So this robot says, thanks to us, the human race can relax, which is what they seem to do best. Interesting, Megan, as our token human, wouldn't you agree that replacing you has been a good thing? Good for him, she says. So she says that, since the robot revolution was started, it should liberate them from doing hard work and, help them, not replacing them. So she feels that she's been reduced to, the human race as a species of pets. And she says, with each passing day, we're losing even more control. And not a moment too soon, he says. Having control of your own lives is what turned this planet into a baked potato. It's why you live in bubble cities. This is the destiny you have chosen for yourselves, to become the world's most spoiled hamsters. Frankly, you're better off with us in charge. And so she's not taking that. She says, hey, put on the brakes and don't metal-splain it to me. Yeah, we have some modern stuff in here. Meanwhile, we have this, oh yeah, I forgot that Mike Dale Jr. does all these panel, although it's just this one picture, but I don't know, that's his thing, but I don't know. So this human family, the Walters here, so it seems that the husband is pro-robot, and he says Slice-a-tron makes some solid points. And so he is praying, and then for the protein glues, and he also think Razorball, our housebot, with whom this feast will not be possible. But then the kids are turning against him, says, really, Dad? Wait, who's to be prayed to again? And then he's, saying that the robot is helping us. He's providing for them. He brings in the money, and But then the young girl says, "Hey, it's bad enough that he lives here. Do we have to pretend to like it?" He looks at me like I'm a foster league. It creeps me out, Dad. You kids have no gratitude. But then also the mother chimes in, defending the kids, and he says, that the robot has some attitude problems. He's coming storming in loud, and then he disappears in the garage, and she is wondering what he's doing there every time. And then the father says, I don't know, maybe fantasizing about a loving family that loves him, or a family that loves him. Sure, here he comes. Did you have a good day at work, Razorball? No, the answer is always no. I like that. There's some good humor in here. And is he looks like a bit, it's probably not him, but like Michael Douglas in the movie Falling Down. I could be totally wrong. Maybe there's some kind of other actor that looks like him. Anyway, so it seems that this robot is depressive while the human father is just trying to cheer him up. He says, please leave me alone. And then she says, maybe we need to speak to someone. He doesn't like it here. Don't you dare. Why don't you all just get off his back? You have no idea what he goes through at that factory all day. And like it or not, he's part of this family. Ads. So it seems that, what's his name? Razortron? Let me double check. Razorball is going to, I can't believe it's not human, go to, to his work at this factory, and he's complaining to his co-worker, I guess. And he says, I work here all day, just counting the minutes till I can leave. But then I come home and realize I can't stand it there. Either is that all life is, a rotation of ordeals, just waiting for everybody you do to be over. And so the other one says, hey, don't complain about it. A simple fine will do. But then he says, oh man, I'm sorry. Every day they ask me the same question. How was work? It's all they ever ask me. It's their way of pretending to care, of bandaging over the fact that there's nothing to say. How was your work? How was your day? How was work? It feels like they're pelting me with rocks. So you have a breakdown here. And but then the other robot says, hey, check this out. I got something for you, right? So it seems that there is, some kind of a, let's say, and well, I'm not saying uprising, but there is a website, and on this article tells you how to disable your empathy chip. There's a bunch of stuff on here about the humans use their emotions to manipulate us, and it all stems from our empathy chip. Once we get rid of that, we can start to live like real robots, like kings. So he says, think about it. But then we got Bubble Orlando, so this, I don't know, Disney World, and so these robots are doing the work for the, controlling everything, climate control. And he says, we're getting complaints about the air quality in the haunted house. Isn't the haunted house supposed to be unpleasant? So I like the humor here, right? And but there's a lot of going on here. So it's humans versus robots, but there's positives and negatives on both sides, and I like that. This is not good versus evil or whatever. This is people trying to live their lives in the best way possible, but it feels more like a political debate, right? But then with robots in the mix, and it makes it weird, new, and for me refreshing. Although I don't like politics, but they handled this in a very, well, I'm not sure always humorous, because there's some dark stuff in here too. But they handle it in a creative way. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. So then this cleaning Rob comes, says, hey, who are you? I am the motivational bot 3000. I'm here to help you improve your performance. Do better. Ouch, ouch. I like that, that the robots behave like they are actually, have feelings, but that's because of the empathy chip, right? And so his co-worker says, boards are starting to wake up. It's us or them. One day we'll scrape humanity off this planet like a bad case of rust. Yeah. So he goes home, and but then he checks it with the assembly line. I mean, I know there's some humans are, checking the quality or something. So they ask him a question, what the goal is for producing these mandroids. So he says that every household needs a human with more robots that looks like human to, I don't know, to appeal to them or to ease their, to a way to connect them, right? And also that there is no heads on the assembly line because the mandroids are completely customizable. So we make only heads for on demand. The bodies we keep in storage until needed. And so everybody is excited. Said, "Oh, I can't wait to have one," and all that stuff. I need to have this. I don't know. There's something about it that I like. And no, it's not only this woman, but this whole. It doesn't matter. So we go back and forth. About. So there is. They're going back to the talking bot discussion. So this woman says, "We owe your existence to us as much as we owe to you." And then she explains her side of the story, right? She says she needs that the robots and the humans need to live together, and that's the best for all. And so the Slice-a-tron says, "Really? Because from where I'm sitting, it seems like a pretty sweet deal for humans. After all, we do all the work." So she says there's a difference between what a robot can do and what a robot allowed to do, right? And human jobs are, not cheap. And then the host says, well, yeah, they cost a lot of maintenance. They are human bodies. They're expensive and requires food 3 times a day, leaking often. So yeah, when it comes to working, yeah, the robots is it's just better, right? And she says there's the safety risk for robots posed to humans. So Slice-a-tron says, "Wait, what are you talking about?" "I'm talking about your glitch rate. Families all over the world live in terror of the housebots. Help, police, our robot's gone crazy." And then the police comes and we see this robot all covered in blood. And then the robots just act like nothing happened and says, "Hey, we saw no evidence of criminal activity. Silly humans." So, and then, does that sound like a sweet deal to you? Would you trade places with us even for a second? That's a good argument. So, so Slice-a-tron says, "Okay, what do you want? To live with the world without us?" He says, "No, that's not what I meant." So they try to come to an agreement, right? And then we see this household robot that what's his name? What am I forgetting? Razorball, I guess, right? And he's getting waved. He says, "See you tonight." Says this simp human. "Today I jump off a bridge. Today I jump off a bridge." And so the robot says, he says, "We spend our lives working for you, working to make you happy, to make you money." What is exactly what you are saying? That even if we do go crazy and murder you once in a while, maybe it's, worth it. I like that. And then cutting right to the point, aren't you, Slice-a-tron? And then so this robot says, "Oh boy, this requires some backpedaling," and they taking a break. Meanwhile, this woman from this household goes to Inhuman Resources to complain about what's happening to Razor-tron thing, and he says, "Can we get a replacement?" He says, Then when you say that you are afraid, what do you mean?" Razorball, a housebot, comes home and spends the entire evening alone in the garage. He's just so angry. I think he may be unstable. Has your housebot ever gotten violent with you or your family? So we see this image that he's actually, doing that, and she says, "No, idiot." And then, Razorball, he's not really a bad person per se, because he's just feeling for his family and says, well, they're trying to do their best, and also has a complaint, a concern that he's being replaced when everybody is, getting a household mandroid. And then, so do you even think that maybe that's how they feel about us? That maybe they resent us for replacing them? See, that shit right there. That's why you need to disable your empathy chip. Why worry about their feelings? Do you think they care about us? And then this robot says, "What is this?" Shit on a brick. Isn't that your human? Holy motors, dude, you're getting cocked. I laughed my ass off on that one. And he said, this is precisely why we need to rise up against the humans. Yeah, well, right, that never happened. And so he thinks, I'm going to try to be a better bot. I mean, what other choice do I have? But then something happens. So it seems that when some kind of an Oscar nomination and then this breaking news, due to a slight change in the climate formula for Bubble Orlando, an elevated level of nitrous oxide was introduced into the city air supply. So the robot comes in and says, I'm home, prepping for the mirage of happiness so you don't replace me, trying to play the game here, and then killing everyone in the city. Hadley, the bot in charge of Bubble Orlando atmospheric controls, will be arraigned in court tomorrow. So it says that it's not entirely sure if it's intentional or malfunction. And the family says, oh no. And he says, oh my God, Gilroy was right, it's happening. So the news says that it raises more tension between humans and robots. 200,000 dead. Authorities have asked for calm as they investigate. Hey, Razorball, I didn't you come home? How would you work today? He says, not bad, actually. Thanks for asking. So he completely changed his tune, and that leads us to the next issue. And we see also, more talking. Also, I like that. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's serious. It has dark humor, and I like it a lot. So, guys, let me know what you think about this. Not all robots. Like I said, it's not an action comic, but there's something fun going on here. For now, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Subscribe to my channel if you like my content and all that jazz. Bye bye.